If you've ever gotten a cut on your hand and all you did was talk about it, tell people how much it hurts, and that you're the type of person that always gets a cut on your hand, and you never did anything about it, you never cleaned it, you never put a bandage on it, and you keep using the hand so that it keeps opening up and it keeps hurting more, you wouldn't call that healing. Nobody would. And that's how I've been working and dealing and treating money for years. And I called it growth. My name is Gerald, and I am money drunk. I want to talk to you about the difference between insight and intervention. So simply having the awareness of what you're feeling, what you're going through, and the different obstacles that you're facing, being able to identify those specific feelings, being able to identify those specific triggers, your different love languages, if you will, or your attachment types, that sort of awareness, I feel like I've been getting confused with actual healing, because the more and more that I talk about these sorts of things, the journey to, again, awareness, the more and more that I can have an understanding of where these money wounds have come from, I feel like this is actually doing the work, where it's really just the opposite. It's simply just identifying it, but not really doing the hard work that is necessary in order to heal it. That's the painful part, is actually healing it. You know, I've said before that it's really, really difficult to be able to read the label on the outside of the jar from the inside. And this is the specific type of work that it takes to actually make a difference in your life. So these money wounds, they don't heal on their own. They don't heal through conversation. So traditional talk therapy and talking about it and identifying it, that really doesn't do anything to actually heal the wound. It just really exposes it and identifies it and allows you to put a label on it, but that's not actually doing the work that's necessary. I like to think about it as your body actually remembers. Your body has stored memories. And those memories are the things that we become so attached to. It's not the understanding, it's not the rationalization, it is the feeling inside, what it feels like not to feel safe around money, what it feels like not to want to earn more, because if you earn more, then that's going to feel unsafe somehow, or it's going to feel unfamiliar somehow, or not being a bigger person, not growing into your full self. Playing small feels much safer than putting yourself out there and making yourself not just more accountable, but more present in the real world. And I told this story a few weeks ago about how my uncle, he would come up from New Jersey with his family, and he'd visit us. He would come and visit us in our new 3-bedroom home with the swing set in the backyard, and all his kids would go out and play. But he noticed that we never unpacked our suitcases, because in another year or two, we would be moving again. And that type of financial chaos, which was never spoken out loud in our home, was the undercurrent of my financial chaos today. So being able to, again, identify that is one thing, but being able to do something about it is something totally, entirely different. And another good way to look at this is by using another analogy. In recovery, we call it chop wood, carry water. And it's the idea that we always have some sort of work to do, footwork to do. And it's about doing the next right action. It's about taking action in your life. It's not about simply just staying where you are, but doing the daily work that is necessary in order to change your life. And it doesn't happen overnight. It happens very slowly, sometimes painfully slowly. Again, that's the pain of doing the work. But only from that pain can come the growth that's necessary to make a change in the way that you feel about money, in your relationship with money, instead of just identifying the wounds, to actually be able to get that sort of transformation. And I want to talk about that transformation in real time here. Look, I don't have this all figured out. I don't have some sort of 3-point or 5-point plan that you can follow in order to get to the other side here. I'm talking to you about this problem right from the messy middle of this. So one of the first things that I do is I stop. Stop, Gerald, stop. And be able to feel what I'm feeling right now. Where do I feel this in my body? Do I feel it in my throat? Do I feel that heaviness in my chest? Do I have a headache, or do I feel it in my head? Where in my head do I feel this? Where is this feeling of money anxiety, of shame? Where is that showing up in my body? Being able to identify that. And then once I'm able to identify that, breathe through it. Recognize that I am okay. I am okay. And then I can reach out to somebody. I can reach out to somebody in the program. I can reach out to a friend. I can reach out to somebody who understands exactly what I'm going through. I'm not reaching out to a family member, no matter how much they love me, who doesn't understand my situation and what I'm going through. I reach out to people that I trust, and people who are having the exact same issues as me. And this is exactly what I do. I just sit with that feeling for a moment, for as long as it takes for it to begin to subside, to begin to self-soothe, to recognize that I'm okay, talk to another human being about it, and then take some sort of action. Let that money sit in the account. Just let it sit there. Don't go out and spend it, or try and get rid of it, or anything, any sort of money chaos that usually shows up. Just sit there with it. And being able to sit with those uncomfortable feelings is the entire practice, because that's when that old money wound, those old feelings of shame and anxiety, money shame, financial anxiety, that's when those all begin to shift. This is the shift from just analysis to real treatment, to real healing. And if this video meant anything to you, if you resonated with anything in this video, if you heard your story, if you identified with this video, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel so you get more videos like this. And click the link down in the description. Let's have a one-on-one call. They're free. Let's continue this conversation. And join me as I continue to get money sober. Watch this next video here. This one talks about all the things we do instead of doing the things we know which will make us better.